Hello Group F. Today we're going to be looking at Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. It's got 4 really simple chords, but if you have a capo, so this little clamp that goes on your guitar, it makes the song a lot more exciting because it lets you play it with the actual song. So we would put a capo on the first fret, and then all the chords we're learning today, we would play with a capo. And it means you can play along with the song. Without a capo, you'll be in the wrong key, okay? And you can hear they're a lot lower than those ones. Okay, so with a capo, you'll be allowed to play along with the song, or you'll be able to play along with the song. Without a capo, you won't be able to play along with the song, but the chord shapes are the same, okay? So definitely recommend getting a capo if you haven't got one. Okay, so if you have got a capo, I'll put a timestamp in the description. If you click that, then we'll jump to the section where we learn it with the capo on. If you haven't got a capo, that's fine. Just watch from here, and we'll learn our chord shape. So our first one is E minor, and then we've got a B minor, and then a D major, and then an A. All right. So first things first, let's tune up. So I'm going to play through my strings. Make sure you're in tune. Starting with E. And then A. And then D. And then G. B. And E. Okay, so let's get started. So E minor is our first chord. We can either play that with our first 2 fingers or our middle 2 fingers. Okay, and the shape is 2nd fret of the A string and 2nd fret of the D string. And we strum all the strings. Yeah? Or we can do it with these 2 fingers. Whatever's more comfortable for you. Then our next shape is B minor. Now this is the only tricky chord because we can play it like a big B minor, or what we call a bar chord. And it's where we bar almost every string with this finger. So without it sounds like this. And with it sounds like this. And then we use our middle finger to play the 3rd fret B string, our 3rd finger to play the 4th fret D string, and our little finger to play the 4th fret G string. It would be really cool if you could have a go at doing that. Yeah, at first it might sort of sound like this and not come out very clear, so it's really important just to play each note individually and make sure it comes out nice and clear. If that's too difficult, what we can do is play it like an A minor shape, but we move that shape up to here. So that's normal A minor. So we move up twice, yeah? And probably easiest to play that with middle finger, 3rd fret of the B string, ring finger, 4th fret of the D string, and pinky finger, 4th fret of the G string. And we only strum D, G, and B. Okay? If you strum the E string as well, that's okay. Just gives you a very different sound. So normal B minor with an E string on the end. Yeah, it is quite nice, but for accuracy's sake, try and just hit those 3. And then if you want to, have a go at playing it with your other finger on there as well. So you can either do it by barring the 2nd fret and then adding this shape, or just using this first finger to play the 2nd fret of the A string. Yeah? So we've got E minor, B minor, yeah, there we go, B minor, and then we've got D major, so that's D string open, and then 2nd fret G, 3rd fret B, and then 2nd fret E with our middle finger. So that looks like that. And then we got A. So that's open A string, 2nd fret D string, 2nd fret G string, and 2nd fret B string. So we can do that with these 3 fingers. We can do it with 1 finger. So whatever's easiest for you, we can do it with our last 3 fingers. Yeah, there's no wrong way, it's just whatever is the most natural and easiest for you. So all together, we've got E minor, B minor, D major, and A major. Okay, and our strumming pattern is this kind of down strum, then we use the back of our palm to mute the string. So we get this. So we strum and then put our hand on to mute it. Try doing that with resting your palm on the strings and strumming the strings with your pick. You'll get this sound, okay? And then slowly, if you take your palm off, the strings will start ringing again. So what we're doing is strumming, stopping, strumming, and stopping. So that's for each chord. So it's strum, stop, 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 strum, stop. Okay? If you find that too difficult doing it with the stop, with the palm mute, you can just strum through twice. With the mute. Okay, brilliant. So what I'm going to do is put a capo now on the 1st fret. So I'm just going to get my capo, clamp it on the 1st fret, make sure it's covering all the strings, strum the strings individually, and make sure they're all ringing out clear, because sometimes if your capo's on slightly wrong, they won't be as clear as you want them to, yeah? So you have to make sure it's not on the fret, it's just behind it, like that. Okay, that's sort of the best position for a capo. And then we're going to use exactly the same shapes, but we're going to put them, because if you look at our normal E minor shape, we play E minor. We've got the nut here, the white nut, then we've got a fret, and then our E minor shape is on the 2nd fret. Yeah? When we put a capo on, this basically replaces this white nut here. So this is our 1st fret now, and then this is our 2nd fret. Does that make sense? So we've got E minor, then B minor would be here, okay? So we go capo, then we go fret 1, fret 2, fret 3 and 4. The D major would be here. Okay, and A major will be here. Great. So there's with a capo and here's without a capo. And then with. So what I'm going to do now is do it with a capo, okay? And just go through those chords. So we've got E minor, so we've got open E string, which has now become an F because of the capo, so that's now an F note. Okay, then we're going to go first finger on what would usually be the 3rd fret. Yeah, you probably have a dot on your guitar. If you don't have a dot there, you've probably got dots on here. Okay, so the 3rd fret is indicated by this first dot, then the 5th fret is indicated by the 2nd dot. Okay, so we're going to have our first finger on what's the 3rd fret, or with the capo it's now the 2nd fret, if that makes sense. So 1, 2, then our 2nd finger going underneath it on the D string on the same fret, and we've got that same strumming pattern. So 1, 2, 1, 2, yeah. And then we've got our B minor shape. So we're going to have our middle finger on the 4th fret. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of the B string. Our ring finger on the 5th fret of the D string. Remember, the 2nd dot on your guitar, if you've got them, is the 5th fret. Okay, so 5th fret D string, and then 5th fret G string. So that's our new B minor shape, which, because the capo, it's now become C minor. Okay, then we've got D major. This D major shape, which now, because of the capo, has become D sharp major. Then we've got A major, which, because the capo has shifted all the notes one higher, it's now A sharp major. So we've got F minor, which is the E minor shape. Then we've got C minor, which is the B minor shape. And then we've got this D sharp major, which is the D major shape. And then we've got A sharp major, which is the A shape. Yeah? So that's what the capo does. It shifts everything one semitone higher. And then without the capo, yeah, you can see how the shapes stay the same, but the sound changes, which is why capos are really great. And you should definitely look at getting one if you don't have one already. So just once again, with the capo, we've got this E minor shape. So we've got open string, then we've got 3rd fret A string, and 3rd fret D string. And we just strum through the rest of them. Then our next one, we've got 4th fret B string, 5th fret D string, and 5th fret G string. Okay, then I've got D major, which is an open D string, 3rd fret G string, 4th fret B string, and then 3rd fret E string. Then we've got A major, okay, which is open A string, 3rd fret D string, 3rd fret G string, and 3rd fret B string. And remember, our 3rd fret is indicated by the first white dot here on the top. And we've got that strumming pattern. So, yeah. So I'm going to play this slowly and try and join in with me. I'll do it once without the capo and once with the capo. So if you're using a capo, just wait a minute and then join in. Okay, so without capo, everyone, E minor shape. So we've got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. E minor, E minor, B minor, B minor, D major, D major, and A major. I'm just going to do it once more time. E minor, B minor, D major, and A major. Great. Now I'm going to do it with the capo, okay? And I'm going to say the same chords just so you know what shapes we're using, but just remember those chords move up one semitone. So instead of E minor, it's now F minor, okay? But I'm just going to say E minor because it's the same shape. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. E minor, B minor, D major, and A major. Okay, once more. E minor, B minor, D major, and A major. Great, okay? Have lots of fun with that. It's a really cool song, okay? And if you haven't got a capo, remember, it's probably a good idea to get one because they are really, really useful. All right, have a good time. I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.